Hello everyone, this is Nuresh Mirani from nureshtech.co.in. This is a quick video take on the article I wrote on the curious case of Glenmark Pharma and the medication Favipiravir. I don't know how it is exactly spelled, but we'll keep it to be a medication. So the articles on this medication and Glenmark Pharma has been covered by almost every news site, magazines, business channels, and I think I've got it on all the WhatsApp groups I am on, whether it is a stock market group or whether it is a society group or friends group. So I have no knowledge on medical terms, but I'll be looking at it from a perspective of the stock price moves and the volumes and the search trends, which is all publicly available data. So the stock is in futures, so there are no circuit limits. It shot up 40% in a day and closed almost 27% on 22nd June 2020. Almost 3,000 to 4,000 crore market cap got added on this day to the company. The stock price fell by 6.7% on the next day. This has been a stock which has gone from 120 in 2008 to 1250 in the bull market of 2015 of pharma, to almost 160, 200 in the recent fall, and now it has gone back to 500 odd levels. So it's gone through a very, a cyclical move. So the volume data is very normal in terms of delivery percentages, which is 15 to 20%. But the volume spike was almost 8.92 crore shares got traded on NSE against a normal average of 50 lakhs. So that's like a huge change, and almost a 1.55 crore shares delivered, and that too at a decent percentage of 17.5%. The next day it added another 70 lakh shares of delivery volumes. We are not taking BSE as it's small in relative terms. So as we see the last 10 days data, we see, okay, this is the normal. So the delivery normals have always been 20%. So it doesn't seem anything odd here. So why is this a curious case is the fact that on a single day, 5.5% of the company shares got delivered. So from the total number of shares of 28.2 crores, almost 11 to 13% of the free float got delivered on 22nd June 2020. That's a huge number for any stock. Now, this company does not have a lot of mutual fund holding. It's only FPIs. So the only mutual fund holding a sizable stake on March 2020 is HDFC Mutual Fund, and it looks a bit reduced even in May 2020. Also, over the years, mutual fund has never been, more than 2 to 4% of this company in terms of the allocation. But FPIs own around 28.5% of the shareholding, which is down from a peak of 36% in 2015. There is only one investor who can be seen very recently who's bought almost 1 to 1.25% stake in the last 2 quarters, which is Ashish Dhawan. Why is this a curious case is the fact that for a 10,000 to 15,000 crore market cap company, it is unusual that no mutual fund owns it. The only name in the bull deal was FI, which sold 18.8 lakh shares on 22nd June. So it would be very interesting to see who bought almost 700 to 1000 crore value of Glenmark traded on that day. So shareholding at the end of the quarter will tell us if it was mutual funds, FIs, or it was all retail and HNIs. The revenue estimates tell you, it could be a few hundred crores max. So on that, the market cap has gone up in a big way. This could not be the only reason. Maybe there is re-rating or there is euphoria or whatever be the reason. We don't know why the movement has been so sharp. But it is unusual in the sense that we are not seeing much institutional interest. The search trends for Glenmark and the drug have just shot to the roof in the last few days. Now look at Glenmark Pharma. It was not in the picture and suddenly it has shot up 10x in terms of relative search trends. The medication at least saw some uptick in March 2020. That is the time when all the drugs were being searched. And intermittently it has been in the search, but the current jump is huge. So a quick conclusion is, when we read a little bit online, we realize that this particular drug may not change the fortunes of the company in terms of revenues or profits. Maybe it can give the company a re-rating or perception changes, but it may not change the revenues or profits. So do your own research on the total business of the company. Just because it has been covered by all does not make it a great buy. And if 5 to 6% of the company has traded, and we'll know whether it has been bought by retail or it has been bought by mutual funds or FPIs. It will be known in the next couple of weeks. So it would be very interesting data, and maybe we'll come back to it when it comes. I have no major view on the stock price, but a simple technical take would be the opening price of 450 on the day of the announcement should not be broken. If that is broken, the trend tends to become negative in the short term. Maybe a fresh look at it if it crosses the highs of 570, but my preference would be, when such a huge move has happened where you don't understand anything, it would be to do nothing. So that's our view, and a standard disclosure: we do not have any exposure in the company, and we do not have any financial interest, beneficial ownership, or anything with the company to do. This is just a publicly available data which has been posted. Thanks a lot.